After Jammu and Kashmir was termed an important part of India by Trump's main man Sergio Gor, now the US ambassador is in Ladakh with an eye on India's other big rival, China. Reports claim that Sergio Gor could also meet the Dalai Lama in a move that will send shockwaves all the way to Beijing. Sergio Gor's Ladakh trip is the first by any US ambassador to the region since the bloody 2020 Galwan Valley clashes, which resulted in the first Chinese military fatalities in combat in decades. So are India and USA about to activate the Tibet card against CCP? Could this be Prime Minister Modi's subtle warning on border issues ahead of Xi Jinping's visit to India next month for the BRICS summit? We'll get you all the updates on Sergio Gor's Ladakh visit with an eye on Tibet, but first, let's quickly tell you how the fire is still burning inside Pakistan.
Was our jugular vein? It is our jugular vein. We will not forget it.
And even international media, which has been accused of anti-India bias in the past, is now hinting that this statement on Indian territory of Jammu and Kashmir is a geopolitical blow that Pakistan might struggle to recover from. Some of our viewers might say that the United States' opinion does not matter and Jammu and Kashmir is and will always remain an integral part of India, ever since it signed the Instrument of Accession to legally join India during partition in 1947. And I'd agree with that opinion. But the fact is that Pakistan, which has long relied on US support as a shield against India, is now losing international support and the support of its biggest backer in the White House. Is this a result of India's war victory over Pakistan during Operation Sindoor? It seems Trump has realized all those lunches with the failed Marshal has failed to end the war in Iran. Is it time now to dump Pakistan once more and back India's historical and legal right on Kashmir? But now, Pakistan is history and the focus is turning towards Ladakh and possibly even Tibet. Sergio Gor's ongoing visit to Ladakh comes amid fresh concerns over Chinese activity along the LAC in Arunachal. China has been escalating tensions along the border in Arunachal Pradesh amid reports of border violations. Kiren Rijiju, Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, posted on X stating, "Some people casually commented on the border areas are tough, but Narendra Modi government is committed to border development." The minister visited border regions of Maza, Galwan and Taksim to take stock of the situation and speed up border infra projects. Gor is expected to meet the Dalai Lama now amid renewed concerns over China's iron fist in Tibet. CCP has been accused of separating up to 1 million Tibetan children from their families and of trying to eradicate the Tibetan culture just like it did with the Uyghurs. Tibet-China tensions have also reached New York. Longa Rangzin, a Tibetan protester, self-immolated outside the United Nations headquarters in America in protest against China's ethnic unity law and long-standing oppression of Tibetans ever since the 1950s Chinese military invasion and occupation of the ancient nation of Tibet. In Ladakh, Sergio Gor visited the Thiksay monastery 19 kilometers from Leh, the largest monastery in central Ladakh, built way back in 1433 and famous for resembling Tibet's Potara Palace. Dharamsala in Himachal Pradesh has been the seat of Tibetan government in exile ever since the Dalai Lama and thousands of Tibetan refugees fled there after the failed 1959 uprising against the Chinese military occupation. India's Ladakh is a strategic geopolitical crossroads vital to both China and Pakistan. For China, it safeguards Aksai Chin and the critical Xinjiang-Tibet highway, all the while containing India. For Pakistan, it means Gilgit-Baltistan and shields the China-Pakistan economic corridor. Tibetan protest movements have played out for decades on Indian as well as American soil. Every 10th of March, the anniversary of the Tibetan uprising, thousands of Tibetans marched in Dharamsala and outside the Chinese embassy in New Delhi and across the world. Just as POK protests have spilled onto the streets of Washington and London, Tibetans have also taken to the streets in the US to protest Chinese rule. Recently, the International Campaign for Tibet's offices in Washington and Brussels joined Tibetan communities in protests against China's newly enforced ethnic unity and progress law, which activists say criminalizes Tibetan culture and religious expression. While the United States Special Coordinator for Tibetan Issues, Riley Barnes, personally paid tribute to the Dalai Lama on his 91st birthday event in Washington. Now, during the 2020 Galwan Valley standoff between the Indian Army and PLA, Washington backed India and condemned China's attempts to alter the status quo of the LAC. Reportedly, the Pentagon supplied real-time intelligence and satellite data to Indian troops on Chinese military movements, a partnership that gives Sergio Gor's visit added symbolic charge. Sergio Gor has said Washington might ease its do not travel warning for Jammu and Kashmir, encouraging more American tourists to visit this Indian territory. The diplomatic row with Pakistan has taken a twist, with Pakistani ministers being in complete denial about Sergio Gor's Kashmir statement. A Pakistani diplomat of the Foreign Service, Aziaz Chaudhry, stated that Gor's remarks might be his personal comments. Rest assured, this was a calculated statement by US Ambassador in Kashmir. Had it been a casual personal statement, he could have made it anywhere else, but he did so while standing in Kashmir. Pakistan is a nation living in denial. It begs America for intervention on Kashmir, and when Trump's ally makes a statement, Pakistan goes into hiding. After the India-Pakistan war in 2025, Donald Trump posted, "I will work with you both to see if after 1,000 years, a solution can be arrived at concerning Kashmir." Remember, Kashmir has always been part of India ever since the dawn of history. Even the name Kashmir is based on ancient Indian Hindu sage Maharishi Kashyap. But back then, Shehbaz Sharif, Pakistani Prime Minister, publicly welcomed Donald Trump's mediation offer, thanking him for his invaluable offer and praising his path-breaking leadership. Now, Sergio Gor's statement shows what that American intervention would look like.
But if they were attacked, we would be there to help them.
Jawhar Salim, Pakistan's former foreign secretary, now seeks a clarification from Washington soon. In truth, Pakistan is in no position at all to seek anything.
Beggars can't be choosers.
All Pakistan could do was summon US Charge d'Affaires Natalie Baker for talk. Islamabad also argues that the future of Jammu and Kashmir must be decided on United Nations Security Council resolutions. But does Islamabad suffer from selective amnesia? The 1948 UNSC Resolution 47 clearly states that for any Kashmir solution, the very first step has to be Pakistan and Pakistan military's total withdrawal from Kashmir, or POK, or Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. But 80 years later, Pakistan continues its illegal occupation. But now POK is finally slipping out of Pakistani hands. More than 100 people have lost their lives in Pakistani military crackdown against protesters seeking freedom from Pakistani occupation. There is internet and communications blackout and shutdown. International media has been restricted, and even Al Jazeera has been banned by Pakistan for reporting on the POK revolt. And while Pakistan was keen for US intervention in 2025 in the Kashmir issue, India firmly rejected it.
All outstanding issues with Pakistan are discussed only bilaterally.
However, now Indian ministers have welcomed Sergio Gor's statement. Altaf Thakur, BJP spokesperson in Jammu and Kashmir, stated, "This is a victory for the foreign policy under the country's Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's leadership that today a superpower has accepted that Jammu and Kashmir is part of India, an integral part of India." Congress leader Ajay Kumar stated, "Maharaja Hari Singh acceded Kashmir to India through an agreement. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Kashmir is an inseparable part of India." Other leaders, including Shashi Tharoor, also welcomed the statement, while former Union Minister MJ Akbar stated, "Long overdue." But what do you believe? Will Pakistan ever willingly give up POK, or will POK willingly rejoin India? Leave a comment, hit the like button and subscribe to Inconnect News.